Welcome back to some professional Age of Empires. We got 2 of the top 10 for you here today. You know them. You love them. In the bottom right, from Tempo. Is that Tempo Storm or something like that? We did. Jimmy, don't we have any research done? We have 5 minutes in the early game. We could, like, tell their entire... Get their horoscope out. Anyways, it is Hera. Slaughtering those goats beautifully. I do have to say. And playing, of course, as Khmer. And in the top left, Fast, Furious, and in the red, as the Malians. The Malians who have berserks. The wheelbarrow and... No, wait, this is Vikings. This is on Vikings. Buildings cost less. What? Gold mine... Wait, what? Gold mining free. That's a gold mining upgrade, I have to assume. Malians. Millions. Malayan. Malians. Gold mine... You barracks units, one armor, 1 piercing armor per age. Like, we hit the character limit. We couldn't write the whole thing out. They're people from Mali. Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's inappropriate to call them Malians anymore, because you don't know, like. Whereas the Khmer have the farms they can place anywhere because they're self-sufficient, like back in Iowa, you remember. Scorpions have sick range, and they have battle elephants, which is kind of fucking amazing. And then they put their scorpions on their elephants because, I mean, if you had elephants, why wouldn't you put whatever the fuck you want on it? Like, it's an elephant. It can handle it. So we will see. Let's follow Hera to start here. I'd like to actually fucking learn something. I'm sorry. I don't mean to use curse words. We have to be time specific, but I can't be arsed to change this shite now. And that's all I got. And there are no Bretons here, so we're all out of references. That's as much as you're gonna get. Scouting. So, what I'm actually, oh my god, is he gonna lose it? What I imagine this as, like back in StarCraft, when the probe is harassing the scouting worker, it's like, well, now that you've hit it, you're never gonna catch it. That's why he gave up on it. But he almost lost Horsicus, as we all know, Horsicus, your scouting cavalry. And then, of course, like a Marvel movie, the opponent's scout is evil Horsicus. It's like the same, but it's the other guy, and we don't like him because he wants to kill us, which is mean. We also want to kill him, but we gloss over that part. Not Bretons, but Bretons like Britons, like kittens. Ah, yes, I think Britons are like kittens. They have about as much stopping power on average. We're on, believe it or not, Arabia, which is approximately 50% of the maps in the entire pool. The other map being Arena. I'm sorry, let me revise. 75% of the maps. Another goat. Oh, wait, is he doing the deer thing? So does this... Oh, is he going to go for it? Oh, the bait. He's baiting it. So this is how you do this. You just like rustle up the deer until it gets close. Oh, that's so stupid. as you could imagine, Twitch chat, in the few times that they didn't get timeouted for backseating, trying to explain it, made it sound a lot more complicated than that. Thank you, Hera, for demonstrating. It's like, simply, you have to get a 180-degree angle behind the rear of the deer. And I'm like, in the gear with the rear, or the rear with the... No, the rear of deer. As you know. But I think it's time to go to the everyone cam. The rear is where the tail is. Ah, yes, what a story. Where's my villager count? So both of them going for feudal age before the 10-minute mark. Before, like... Can I see their population? Well before. So all the guides and stuff I've seen is like, go like 25 and then feudal. So either this is some sort of early pressure strat from either player, or I've been misled. The production tab, it looks like Hera's just opting for those resource upgrades. We got your wood chopping, we got your farming, your horse collar, your double bit axe. They had 1 bite before, now they take 2 bites, and because they can handle it. We'll see what MbL decides to go for. He's definitely laying on more aggression. Wait. Do I see Horsikai in production? Yes, that's the stables. Right there. That's where they keep the horses. They can't bring them all out at once because then there'd be pandemonium. But they can bring a few out at a time, and that's going to be pretty dangerous to someone who doesn't have any units. If you look in the army tab right now, we can see that it's 0... Wait. No, Hera has actually produced... Oh, now he's got several scouts. He's just going to slip by here. Rely on his SimCity to defend his constructions. The villager count's even at 24, which means any losses right now a devastating blow. Now, there will be losses. One way or another, we're going to see a wall being built. Hera wait until the last second trying to put things together, but that means... He's inside the house. MbL, wait. No, actually, wait. Everybody, I take it back. I take it all back. What a beautiful wall at the last, I want to say, possible second there. And somehow the horses, they don't get in. On the other side, like the horses of Hera, well, this is awkward. Alright, well, the pikemen gonna try to stab their way through a wooden wall, which, good luck. A house. Okay, so this could take a while. He's... Oh my god. Is he gonna wall in the pikemen? Meanwhile, harassing on the other side. MbL focused on... Oh, he tried to wall in the pikemen, and he fucked it up. He definitely... That... I think the idea was good, but the execution could have used some work. Pikeman just barely slipping out of there. Good thing they greased up beforehand. Hera, though, maintaining an overall economic lead. Why? I don't know why I feel like that's the case, but it appears to be the case. He's got that score. Meanwhile, the scouts chasing each other. Wait. Does somebody have the speed upgrade? Oh, the wall! Through the farm! Wait, did he intentionally leave that edge on the farm? And that drags him back! Another house locks him in, locks him down, and now knocks him out. Only one survived. Go tell your friends what happened here. The wall-offs, the gates... and everything else in between. Hera, keeping him busy. But then, Also being kind enough to just walk some villagers forward, which... Now, the pikemen not going to kill them particularly quick. It's a little awkward. They're kind of just like right outside. Yeah, good luck with that. Maybe a bit of a... They're just... Wow. I have been respecting units way too much. These are some trash units. Like, that's why they're called trash. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, villager! Oh, wait, no! Okay, okay. He deserved to die for murdering that horse. But, on the other side, a battle, the scouts wreaking havoc in MbL's base. It's unclear exactly what's happening down there. I think that's the villagers getting murdered. Yeah, that looks like a little bit of murder. Yeah, it's pretty rough. That seems like a significant amount of villagers. Do we have a kill-death ratio? Yeah, Hera's at 12 kills to 3 deaths. I think the vast majority of those are villagers there. He got a couple pikes and or scouts on the other side, but 4 or 5 villager kills. Now that's going to even things out. But Hera now starting to take the lead. Castle Age coming up for MbL. And let's look at the layout. He's got 17 on food, 11 on wood right now, murdering another pikeman. Very sad for the pikeman, just kind of wandering around. MbL's really struggling here, but he's gonna have quick castle. Okay? If we go to Hera on the other side, as I struggle through that, Castle Age still kind of far off. He's been investing in more villagers, and that means obviously he can't start castle. He's not going to have quite as much food. He's more committed to the food production. But wait, okay. I thought I just saw him researching feudal age, and then that was dumb. He has the units on the other side of the map. But what can Castle Age do here for MbL that it's not going to do? Like there's about a minute of a difference, give or take. I literally have no idea. But can MbL turn it around? As right now he's down 5 villagers. Well, that's some great body blocking there. The skirmishers, I mean, I guess they have some range, but they just don't seem like they have the effectiveness. The pikes getting involved. Decent micro. Castle Age completes. And what does he put into production? Oh, knights. Knights! Of course! 1 knight versus all of these scouts easily dies to them, but will help out a lot. Now, if there's like 4 or 5 scouts and no skirmish, maybe we got an option here. Suddenly, wait a second. He's got +1 armor. The scout cavalry. Oh, there's no upgrades on the other side. Yeah, the knights easily cutting through. The scouts trying to come by, but MbL buying himself a lot of space with these early knights here. A nice little wall with some houses, and I mean he needs some houses anyways. At some point, somebody has to play. We got a beautiful body block with the workers. And Hera, I feel like the knights popped out and he kind of lost his mind a little bit, like Sir Horsicus of Horsingtown came out. He said, oh my god, is that who I think it is? And it wasn't. But Hera just decided those scouts didn't need to live here anymore. And, well, quickly acted on that. Both sides for cavalry. Hera opting, well, he's getting his horse speed. 3 knights at a time. Which implies, pretty strongly, 3 stables. Now, MbL still has a bit of a score deficit to work on here. And if you remember, the Malians, their universities, well, 80% faster is a lot faster. And the gold mining upgrade is free. Nope, still a wall. Always been a wall. Couple knights on the other side, but oh, the camel riders are out and ready to cut them down. You ever thought you could have a high ground advantage against other horses? Well, buy a camel today. Another town center on the way. TC already complete for MbL, though. Gonna start booming that production. See, I know the words. And now up against just knights, the camel riders, the direct counter. A bit of an... I have no idea who comes out on top. +1 armor up against +1 attack. The monastery's complete. It looks like the camel rider's going to get cut down. Maybe MbL not really gauging the fight perfectly there. Some monks finishing as well. Maybe going to convince those camel riders they're fighting for the wrong team. Or, I assume, also go for the relics. We've already got... Nope, I thought this was a monk. That's a deer. Easily confused. The knight's chasing down one, looking for another. Camel riders in that choke point going to be more than enough. Oh my god, is that the monastery? That's crazy. Why didn't we stick with that? That looks... That's a great monastery. I really like it. Whereas the Khmer, it's a little ostentatious. Let's simmer down a little. Monks complete. Both sides opting from early on. Thank you, Optical Limit. Glad you enjoy. Oh, I love what he's done with the trees here, creating that little protective circle. The cavalry running amok, but there's only so much muck to run in. And of course, everything else protected by the town centers. Where do those knights come from? The camel riders hunt them down and slice them to pieces. And that's going to be no more information on the other side. Hera maintaining a slight villager lead. And he is the Khmer. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. Which don't require a town center to drop off food. So having... Let's see. He's got 27 on food, which is approximately 1 fuck ton of food a minute. You might be like, but what if he got 40 on food, which would be approximately 1.3 times as many fuck tons right now, give or take. So...
The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you.
Relics being picked up, both claiming those nearest. More monks on the way, making their pilgrimages to pick up those beautiful relics. No one else can carry them because that would be blasphemous. (61 to 58 villagers. I gotta say, MbL's base looks a little more defensible. Of course, that comes down to how things started. The camel riders looking for an opportunity, really focusing. So, a monk getting involved, trying to cut down the stable. The monk in a bit of an awkward position. Oh no, Hera! Hera, where are you going? Oh, trying to kill the stable, gets himself caught. Throws a conversion out, or a heal. I'm not sure, we'll find out. Takes one of the camel riders. And then the monk itself. I'm not sure this was a worthwhile endeavor. As that stable... He really didn't want to have many more of the cavalry come out. But, at the end of the day, there were already camels on the field, and, well, I do gotta say, I think that went pretty bad. +2 armor, +1 attack against +1/+1. Do we have more upgrades on the way? Hera. Iron casting. As well as, you know, the other ones. +2, +2, maybe no, not +3. +3 requires Imperial Age, obviously. The monks healing as best they can. More racks on the way for Hera. MbL now. Seen this before, but still no castles on either side. We got a siege workshop complete. A few monks as well. A whole laundry list of upgrades from Hera as he shifts more towards the infantry aspect. (82 to 70 villagers. The camel riders looking for an opportunity to cut down some villagers, but a beautiful wall out of Hera. Those camel riders getting caught, and by that I mean getting away easily. But the mangonel gonna make things difficult to start. 4 monks behind, camel riders to protect. There's almost no ground as of yet. Hera's transitioning into the infantry army, but it hasn't come together yet. And the mangonel is gonna... if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, well, that's how it's pronounced now. Just FYI. I'm somehow now insecure about it. Sounds cool that way. Meanwhile, though, the body block, he's trying to get around the back. The knights actually get around. The monks behind, though, throwing out some conversions, getting murdered. The mangonel's still doing a lot of damage. Meanwhile, the camel riders are cutting through the populace. The villagers being slaughtered. The walls have been breached. But at the same time, the attack of MbL is starting to be whittled down and petering out here. The town center itself is going to be able to strike back. And while the arrows don't do that much damage, it still starts to whittle away at the strength of the attack. Camel riders looking for an opportunity. Some pikemen caught going in the wrong direction, but they're finally back on the job. The knights will cut down the siege weaponry before it can take down the command center. Nope, that's not it. Close enough, though. Meanwhile, plenty of camel riders cutting their way through the back. It looks like the ones towards the deep south were cleared up. Another mangonel coming out. Hera's holding out. Like, Hera seems to have that economic lead here throughout all of this. He has more villagers. He's focused more on full unit production, whereas MbL focused on that control. Trying to make sure he always has the upper hand here. The problem is he's not always getting it. Hera outmaneuvering him several times, and since MbL has less economy, it's on him to get a better fight. Now, the slower army of pikemen sneaking up behind. Does he have the level 2 pikemen? Do they have a different name? I'm not sure. I think that might take Imperial Age. Meanwhile, the pikemen... well, he's looking for a flank. If we look at MbL's vision here, he doesn't actually see it. Hera has maneuvered around in the fog of war. Always dangerous. And he set up a potential surround here. It's just camel riders and a couple mangonels. He's mixing in a few man-at-arms. But suddenly, here come the pikemen. MbL caught a little by surprise. The mangonels caught exposed as well. Hera comes in from both sides, looking for the flank, but already down goes one. A few more pikemen at the front. The camel riders will cut down the knights, but the pikemen come in from the back and will skewer anyone left standing. But the men-at-arms, looking for an opportunity. They won't find it. I mean, they will find it, actually. Body blocking out the pikemen. And while the siege weaponry will be destroyed, here come the villagers. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's time for a castle. That's a great spot. Sure, why not? Everybody trickling in. Pikemen body blocking out the south side. The north side mostly open. Men-at-arms try to target down. Camel riders can't decide what they want in life. A few men-at-arms. Here comes the scorpion. Where's its elephant? Nobody knows. But at the back, here come the knights. Castles at the front. There's a whole lot of villagers getting involved. But we'll see how many are left at the end. Camel riders going head-to-head with pikemen, but also with the knights, cutting down the villagers. More villagers coming up. This is the big play. There's still 90 on the field for both sides. I'm not sure how he has more than he started with. mangonel targeted down. Knights at the back. It looks like MbL starting to take the upper hand in this battle, but where did all those villagers come from? They were in the town center the whole damn time. Surprise! They pop out, going for the castle. 80% done. Looking for more. Almost there. Doing their best. mangonel trying to target the villagers, but they pop into the castle. They run in the front door. They just magically constructed. Are there murder holes? They can't actually fire, but reinforcements can come up. The castle completes. The siege weaponry taken down, but the castle itself not doing that much damage without infantry support and without that murder holes upgrade so they can actually hit anything remotely close. Oh! Well, did somebody call for an elephant? I believe I did. And look, Hera will answer. The castle age indeed. The elephant, I'm not sure what it's going to counter, but what doesn't it counter? It's a goddamn elephant. Now, the battering ram, though, pushing through. More villagers coming up. Send everyone. The pikemen looking for an opportunity to do anything at this stage now that we move past the cavalry onto the deck. The elephant? Oh, no. Looking for repair. No, the villagers! The citizens pop out to defend their home and will cut down a ram. Goes back into the castle looking for another opportunity. The garrison micro looking good. Slows down the attack. Here comes some repairs. An elephant sneaks past, which is a very impressive thing for an elephant to do. Meanwhile, more pikemen coming up. The elephant going to work. The ram still bashing through the castle. More elephants involved, but also another battering ram. The castle at only 1,000 HP. The villagers pop back out, doing their best to put those stones back in that are being rammed to pieces. The elephant is getting very hurt. The elephant count is getting too high. It seems that Hera will defend. Just a few elephants, a few villagers, you know, and baby, you got a stew going. Suddenly, that castle, well, MbL wants to construct his very own castle, which I think is a little optimistic, as now, boom, Hera says, I got another one. Where did he get the stone from? Nobody knows. But MbL struggling to put units on the field, though he has a higher score because of the counterattack in the back. The Rax flank. Surprise! Oh, and an elephant somehow outflanked, which is actually not that hard to do because it's an elephant. Almost everything is a flank. Meanwhile, though, the defensive castles and the offensive castles, these castles are so offensive my sponsors will get called. But my sponsors are you, so as long as you're not offended, subscribe with Twitch Prime. 3 rams! Wait, what? Where did they come from? What? Did I just miss the rams? It's unclear. Another castle. We got a fresh, brand new castle, never before used. But it's a little worse for the wear now. The rams bashing through the castle at the front, the castle at the back trying to outflank, the barracks railing into the mineral lines, such as they are, but there are elephants moving to intercept. Alright. Meanwhile, okay, so the rams should be able to get through the castles. The counterattack at the back is distracting Hera enough as we're stuck on the castle age mid-game tech. Neither side really able to get anywhere close to maxed out. The castle going down. The rams, the surround. MbL was able to take enough pressure off at the back to be able to deal with the attack at the front. And the castles will crumble. And with it, the cohesion of Hera's attack, it looked like he put everything into getting those castles. But that sort of forward thinking leaves you open to an attack from the back. Suddenly, now it's MbL's turn. He's got a couple dozen villagers angrily pounding away at the castle. The rams just rip through a town center. I'm not sure what these pikemen. Beautiful wall-offs as well. And MbL just drawing Hera in too many different directions. Things are starting to fall apart here. Neither saw it on Imperial tech, but it just based on the amount of buildings that are crumbling. MbL with 112 villagers, though most of them getting up in the business of Hera. I'm not sure what Hera's plan is to escape from this scenario. The barracks are finally being taken down, but there's a castle, a defensive castle, but MbL has taken much of the map now. Hera making the right move at the right time, sneaking those villagers out to construct a counterattack. Now, Hera is still... Wait, what do we got? 151 versus 133 supply. But of course, it's a little misleading as the vast majority of those supplies are in villagers. MbL still ripping through the base. Hera trying to mount some sort of defense where he can. But MbL is just... He's mining his gold. He's taking his women's and murdering his children's. And there's not much that Hera seems to be able to do about it at this point. A big, desperate counterattack is possibly the hope. We got a dozen, maybe a couple dozen knights. 19. Right in the middle. Same sort of strategy here. Gonna try to backstab MbL, take the pressure off. What realistic chance? They actually are doing significant damage to the town center. Which also means that MbL's attention may be drawn away. And Hera can mount a defense back at home. He is down significantly here. He's lost a lot. He even lost his relics. But they haven't been picked up yet. The siege engines being dismantled. The knights still going toe-to-toe, even against the camel riders for now. The distraction is working as it stands. Hera stopping the bleeding, such as it is. Not for many of his villagers, but at least maybe for himself in this game. Still, the knights are just cutting down anything that gets in their way. They got their 2-2 upgrades, if I last saw, yes. I'm pretty sure both sides do, but MbL's attack is losing a lot of momentum as he deals with a couple dozen brave knights rampaging through his countryside. Some men-at-arms. There's a few barracks suspiciously forward. And what is the villager count? 120 for both sides. Hera's holding on. Still mining the gold, by the way, is MbL. Hera spending all his resources here. We'll see MbL has not much in the bank either. The supply is getting kind of dangerously close. Let's go to that resource. Yeah, nobody has resources banked. The unit counts. Okay, Hera is starting to bring this a lot closer to even, both in the scores and in map control. Still a few units going to work on the villagers. There's so much going on. MbL has finally dealt with this knight-based counterattack. So, I think we're kind of entering the final phase here, where everyone's out of resources, and nobody... I don't know how this works, because nobody's at Imperial Age. There are no trebuchets. There are none of that ultimate late-game upgrades. They're just brawling it out down here in the Castle Age. And MbL has a lot more of the map. He has access to more resources, but Hera has been more efficient overall. He's kept himself in the match. He looked like he was in a position to take it, but now I'm not sure what happens here, because the minerals and the stone are gonna... Well, the gold and the stone are gonna start drying up. And not... Well... There's still a lot of knights out there. The supply is nearly even. Yeah, there's still gold out in the far center. The gold in this center mining out. There's a few hundred left. Oh, getting some axemen out there. Some gebettos. Some heebie-jeebies, as they're known to the Malians. Malians. Or, as you say, the pikes stabbing at each other. Wow. They are really trying. They're just really struggling as well. Here come the knights and the camel riders. A castle coming up from MbL. It feels like so many of these could be the deciding battle. Suddenly, MbL significantly behind on supply. There's not enough pikemen and not enough camel riders to deal with those knights. The knights marauding around for Hera. He's leaned on them for most of this game, and he will continue to do so. The castle holding the back left here as the knights once again going forward, working on the town center, terrorizing the villagers. The knights are split off as well. MbL, the barracks staring each other down. Everybody angrily looking at each other as they come out. Well, that tells a story. Not sure exactly what happened, but Hera maintaining a higher... He's got 140 villagers, and everything else is knights. Essentially. He's throwing his few... pikemen dying as fast as they come out of the racks, but Hera is turning it around. The knights just too powerful, too maneuverable. Map control goes back to Hera as he reclaims a lot of the territory that he lost earlier. Imperial Age being researched by Hera. Not only, I'm not sure what he's going to go for with that, as both sides struggling. I say struggling for resources, but they have over 100 villagers, so Maybe not. If this were a StarCraft game, at this stage they would definitely be struggling for resources, but they keep just building a whole lot of shit. That was nice. Hera holding on. He's ahead significantly on score. It feels like MbL, right next to that main town center, was so close to just cutting the economy of Hera in two. Now, the Kamers, which is probably not a great way to say it. The Mermen, there you go. The Mermen, as they're known, don't need town centers as badly as some of the other civilizations. Hera has advanced to the Imperial Age, thus promoting panic and despair in MbL. The research, +3 armor and +3 attack. On the way. The final level of upgrades. Finally accessed after over an hour. Hera has 75 on food, Jesus. The gamers. There's a... Really? Light cavalry? You surely you jest. Oh, what the hell are those? What? Why do they have wigs? Hussars! Do they fly? Can they fly? They're so fast. They might as well fly. Oh my god. They look pretty intimidating. So this is the speedlings, obviously. They have wings that are mostly cosmetic, but also indicate that they're going kind of fast. So, it really did look like MbL. I wonder if MbL had, instead of trying to outright kill Hera, just gone to Imperial Age? Would that have been an option, or was he limited by his civilization? And didn't have quite the potential in late game. Maybe he felt like he needed to kill him outright. The castles crumble. That's a lot of hussars. There's so much building. So Hera is very far ahead now, right? Like, it feels like the unit composition of MbL had a bit of an expiration date. Now he's got Imperial, but he was focused on hard countering those mid-game units. Check APM. Is that a joke, or is that a thing I can check? Well, the hussars are slaughtering the populace. The fact that MbL is kind of stuck on defense here is, I think, telling the story. Dropping well under that 100 worker mark. Yeah, I'm starting to zone out. Oh, finally a max out as well. The pikemen are trying. They're trying their best. Pikemen are designed to counter cavalry. Okay, they kind of do. You can watch it at a faster speed? Okay. The Hussars will fight. The Hussars will win. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Pikemen win. The amount of horns going off. And it's all over. Where do I see the most important stat? Their APM. Military and economy. No APM stat. You lied to me! I can't believe Twitch chat would just lie. It's like, oh, I didn't know. Well, that probably wasn't a lie. Well, obviously I'm inspired to play Khmer.